Welcome to jobskillshare.com. Today I'm going to be starting a new course, and that is Computer Lab Technician. So if you're new from YouTube and you're looking at this site, basically you can register here, and let me just go to the course. So once you register, you'll go to your right side and click right here, course catalog. And then all the way on the bottom right now is Computer Lab Technician short course. It is it's kind of short course. There will be a lot of stuff, but it's not like the help desk one, which has everything in there. So this is another way to start. If somebody's starting a IT career, this is another way to start. So either you guys can start with the help desk, which is a very big course, and it will never finish. This course is continuous course. So, and this is a short certificate course, so anyone can start with that too. And I'm going to go in details what we're going to do. So when you click on go to course, first subscribe on the left side, because that's going to add you to this course to get the certificate. Then you can go ahead and start reading about the description. You guys can do that, and I'm going to go ahead and click on learning path so I can start on the lecture. This is going to be mostly, this video is all about talking, and then we're going to start just like the help desk when we're going to go into technical stuff later on. So once you see this right here, you will see this same video that I'm taking right now is going to be right here. If anyone remember my help desk course, I created a formula for help desk support specialist course, and the same formula I'm going to use it on this course too. And just for a history, if someone don't know what is he talking about, like what is this formula, what is he talking about, basically on YouTube to August 2013 2011 I uploaded this video, help desk support specialist free training and guide, and then I turned this video into a course. I got a lot of good response from people, thank you to them, and then what happened is after that, when I started a course, now we have 3,050 students, and you guys can see it right here, and this is what they're talking about the course. So this is what really encourages me, gives me more confidence that I can create the same exact different courses with different titles, because you can't put everything in one title. So there are different fields, a little bit different requirements. So that's what we're going to talk about. So if you're here on YouTube today and you typed in how to start IT career, either you can start with this course, which is a little bit bigger, but you can also, let's say if somebody is getting a job in a school, and that job is computer lab monitor, computer lab administrator, or computer lab technician, computer lab analyst, or anything like that. After this course, you should be able to perform all the skills required for this course, for this job, sorry. So we have 6 steps here that I created. Basically, I'm going to open this up right here. This is a Microsoft learning path. So you're here right now. Let's say, for example, you are here starting today. You don't know anything about IT, and you want to start somewhere. Either you want to start from a help desk, or you just want to start from a computer lab technician. So computer lab technician is a good way to start, because you're not dealing with a lot of other stuff. You're basically working slowly on one part of the client side, which will be labs, and then you're dealing with these computers, and then you can move ahead to different stuff, like maybe involve some servers in there, users, and dealing with all customer service and all that. So in this course, you're not dealing too much with that, so I'm going to go in detail. Client, basically you are here. What's going to happen is this course, after this course, you're going to go all the way down to this part right here, MTA, and then you should be able to know all this. I'm going to show you where I'm going to give you great resources to get some fundamental learning for IT, like operating system, what is RAM, this stuff. We're not teaching that stuff in this course. This is all about skills. Even if you don't know too much about this stuff, you still can learn this course, get skills if you're that IT person who can make it. Without even this, you can still use this course, because it's going to have a certificate. We will definitely test your skills, and if you can make it, then yeah, you can actually go ahead and start applying it on your resume, and hopefully get lucky and get jobs. So this is what's going to happen here. I'm going to give you all the resources so you can get to this point and start with my course too at the same time. So let's go to the steps again. So the first step right here, let me just first what it says say right here, the job title is computer lab tech. Like I said, it could be many titles related to this. So it would be the job of computer lab technician. Technician is done for the purpose of maintaining, operating of computer labs, instructing students in the use of lab facilities, complementing classroom instruction. You basically take care of labs, and that could be you have a school. Let's say for example you're working for some university and they have 6 labs. Each lab have 40 computers. They're all identical to each other, and then you have different classes, and after every 2 hours there's a lab and there's different students, and they need these computers either need to be fresh for them, or either you can do like after a month or something you delete everything and then start for new semester, like after 6 months or 3 months or whatever you do, whatever your company your school give you policies how to do it. You should be able to learn. After this course we will discuss all that. We're going to make a scenario, we're going to make a nice little university, and then we'll test everything, like we'll create 6 labs, and how do you manage it, how do you clean these computers, how do you keep track of it, how do you update them, and what happened if what about the students if they need some temporary solutions. For example, you're using a portal in your company and that went down. What do you do then? All the students are sitting in there, the portal is not working, they need to upload some documents to some share folder. How do you do all that stuff? And that we're going to discuss in this course, and we're going to technically actually practice it on virtual machines and different type of machines. So first thing you need to know is step 1, skills required. You guys can really go over it. I'm not gonna go through all this to save time. This is basically the same thing. You just go through what you need, the same thing that I just talked about, like you need to know about some kind of applications, troubleshooting, about the computers. So for example, if you have a Dell computer for that in that school, and then all of them are Dell computer and the models, and so you might want to know about the models, what kind of issues they have. They might have an issue that can be even fixed, and that is coming from Dell, so you need to know that kind of stuff without wasting too much time. So that is the stuff. Other things, that what kind of systems are your company is using. They might be using some kind of local portals, like for example Spiceworks is a software that handles help desk, and they give you a portal at the same time. So maybe a company installed that, so you need to learn about those softwares too, how they work. Other functions are also right here. For example, students, dealing with students, they might have a like portal system. So let's say students are enrolled in some kind of site that university are using, so you need to know how to reset their passwords, they forgot their emails and stuff like that. So you need to know about that stuff too, and that's what we're going to go through some of them. Job requirements, minimum qualification. Well, for this job, a lot of companies ask for A+, because A+ kind of deal with directly with hardware, stuff like that, and in lab environment you are dealing with most of the computers physically, so you need to know a little bit about that. So I definitely recommend getting A+. And so let's start, so if somebody tell me, okay, you're talking about A+ for, but where can I get free information for A+, so I can pass A+, and then use your course for real world skill learning? So the first thing you need to do is, and I tell everybody this is the best site that I came across, was and I also use it for learning too. If you go to Google, type Professor Messer, okay, the first thing, Professor Messer, and here you see free A+, 20, 801, 802. These are 801 is old and 802 is a new version. So you can go ahead, click on Professor Messer link, and for this course that I'm just talking about right now, lab technician, you would only need A+ training. I don't think you should. I mean, you can go through the Network Plus training, but this will also do. But once you go to these courses right here, let me click on this one right here. You will see a link right here on the bottom, everything in detail, introduction, PC hardware. So if you're new to computers, this is the place to start. Actually, you will learn about this stuff, these things, and then at the same time you're doing my course to learn real world experience. So for example, if you know, let's say for example you know about bio hardware and everything, and you finish with this course, and then you're like, okay, now how do I use it? How do people use it outside in real world? That's what I'm doing right now. Combining these two free resources together will give you everything you need. So once you're done with this, at the same time you go back to this course. Let's go back here. Now we covered the A+. So certifications, you can go ahead to the Professor Mesa videos, learn that stuff. Go ahead, take the test. If you pass it, good for you. Responsibilities are here. Work environment, let's talk about work environment a little bit. In this work, you are dealing with a lot of physical stuff, so you might be getting a lot of, let's say there's a new lab and you need to prepare those tables for it, or some company is coming to help you out with it, like all the switching, wiring and all that. I used to remember I used to work for a school, and one day me and some of my IT friends worked together to do all the cabling in labs, because at that time we didn't have a good budget to go for another company. So just to give you a little heads up, you might be doing some stuff like that too. So other things are computers. Students are using computers, so for them it's not a big deal to break a computer. So, and you can't tell them, because like you have to keep that customer service and that professional ethics in there. So you can't just go and directly blame them for the game. You have to fix it. Then you need to have backups, and that requires also a little bit of physical need for that. So that's the stuff about this. Like it kind of gives you a little right here, 35% walking, 35% standing, and all that stuff. So yeah, go ahead and read about this stuff too. Cover all the above topics by learning from video training below. So this is what I already talked about, computer A+ training. Other thing you want to do is go to Professor Mesa video for Windows operating system, especially. Go to the Microsoft section, and I'm going to put this on my learning pad too, just in the beginning, so you guys have directly where to go, so you don't have to get lost with all other stuff. Stick to what if you're doing a lab technician course, then stick to just the points that you need. Don't jump around to different courses, like, I can do security training too, I can do training too, I can Linux too. This is going to confuse you, and you will be exhausted and you will give up. That's what happened to most of the people in IT. They start doing multiple things at the same time, and they can't keep up with all this. They can't grab all the information, and they say, okay, this is hard, I can't do this. So just pick few things, A+, and then in A+, they talk about operating systems. So then jump into Microsoft Windows 7 videos. So realistically, most of the companies are using Windows 7 right now. So if you're applying for jobs, they're going to be asking you for Windows 7. Do you know how to configure Windows 7? Do you know how to deploy Windows 7? Do you know how to image? These are all part of in the lab environment. Definitely someone's going to ask you this. Okay, so I have 6 labs. Okay, now 6 labs have 40 computers. Do you know anything about imaging or deploying Windows computer, deploying operating system to all the computers? This is a question. When a new person, he will be like, what is imaging? I don't know. In the beginning, when somebody talked about, like I said, I told students that how I started. When I got my first job in a computer lab, somebody told me that, okay, go ahead and install the Windows in each lab. These are we want a new semester starting right now, so go ahead and start installing Windows. So I went there and I took the CD out, and I was just following the same. And my director was more of a management person at that time, so she didn't know anything about imaging. So the way she did it, she told me how to do it, and I was like, okay, this is how you do it. So I took the CD out. I'd start plugging in the CD and installing the OS system, and it took me 40 minutes to finish everything, updates and everything. And I was thinking to myself that one computer took 40 minutes. Now if I multiply that by 6 labs, multiply by 40 computers, multiply by 40 minutes, whoa, that is more than a week. I mean, I'm going to be sitting here for almost more than a week. This is not possible. Something needs to be done here. There's something gotta be here. Like, I gotta find out. So I went on Google, start looking around, and then I came to this point, term imaging and copying, cloning and stuff like that, deploying computers. And I'm like, whoa, what is that? So somebody already had this solution for the and definitely they came up with the solution, because nobody's going to spend that much time. And then I slowly learn about imaging, and then I was like, okay, yeah, you know what, now I can sit down there, I have one server, I can plug in the master image, deploy it to these 40 computers or 6 labs, and in a day I'll be done with almost most of my imaging. So how cool is that? These are the things that you need to learn from this course, and these are the real world scenarios that you're going to come across with. Not how to just install a computer. That's not going to work here. For lab technicians, since you're dealing with so many computers, identical computers most of the time, you need to know how to do this in less time. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell you exactly how this job starts and what you need to do to basically perform your job. So let's go back to the here certification. I already talked about that. So you can get A+ and start basically start with A+ and this course, because this course is going to also give you a certificate, and will explain to anybody sees a certificate, will explain to them that this person have done all the major things that require for this job, even more than that, I would say. So other things, join online communities. Spiceworks is my first on the list. I always tell other people that Spiceworks is the community that so far for me is the top community. If I have issues or problems or how to do things, I'm just gonna go jump in there and ask somebody. So for example, if I click on Spiceworks right now, let's just wait till this load. So when you have this, you can log in with your LinkedIn account, you can log in with your Facebook, or you can create a new account here. I'm just gonna log in without I'm just gonna do this to show you guys. I don't want to log in right now, so I'm gonna go to Google and I'm just gonna say Spiceworks community. Okay, I'm just gonna type this and I'm going to click on discussion groups. This is going to just show you guys without even logging in from that front page to see what's going on in this site. There you go. So you see right here, the first thing pops in. These are very like job related stuff. How to shut down a network in under 30 seconds. How do I turn my user into, oh no, okay, that's not the one that I want to talk about. But here's the different ones. Let's say for example we want to go to Windows right here. Most of your stuff will be Windows related, right? So you're gonna go to Windows, and then you'll see right here imaging software. Okay, here there's someone asking 15 hours ago, imaging computers with software installed or use GPO. So this person is asking some question about, you know, that he wants to get answers, right? He put the information out there and he explained what he's doing right here. We have an organization with about 500 computers. With about 500 computers, and then he has all this like questions, right? And these people with a lot of experience, and this right here depend what level this person is on. You can click on it and it tells you, like, you know, these people have a lot of experience. So they're just gonna come back and they're starting they will give you their suggestions right here. Somebody's giving that, somebody's telling you this, do that, do this, do that, and this is how you're gonna start learning to put your hands on different stuff and finding out things, and that's how you're gonna learn. If you're new to IT, this is how you learn basically to get more experience. That's how it's a slow process, but once you grab it then. Okay, so that's enough about communities. You have other ones right here. Technical is also a great one. Use a lot of hardware technicians are there. TechNet support is also a great one, and jobskillshare.com forum. So we might in help desk support, we have 3,000 students, right? All of them are going for help desk, right? And imagine people with the same skills, people with jobs, or people are looking for that. They're all looking for one thing. So if that many people are in one course, just imagine how much help can you get. And if you're in this course, a lot of people will be applying for computer lab technician's position and something related to it, right? These are all your friends then. Connect with them to forum, LinkedIn, whatever. So that's gonna really help you. Other things, step 4, look for internships, projects, and jobs. So for internship and projects, the best site that I think is Indeed. So if you go to Indeed right now, we're gonna go to Indeed. I live in Maryland, so that just shows my city. Here's computer lab. I'm just gonna do this, see if I can pull something. not too much lab technicians right here, but you know, sometimes you get the like a biotechnicians, and that those are the things that we don't want. Computer help desk technician, and then you see all these job titles. So you know, some of the jobs would be like directly asking for it. So if I go to Google right now and I type computer lab technician, computer lab, oops, let me go back here. So you see this right here, computer lab technician job employment. I'm just going to click on that, and you see right here, computer lab technician, 6 days ago. Let's see what they're asking for. I just want to see what the requirements are, and this is how we're going to be realistically covering things that people are asking for these days. Okay, so this qualification: testing lab environment with hands-on experience with test equipment, operation tests, setup, basic electrical knowledge of bench terminal testing, knowledge of this, that, mechanical. This job's telling me that this is more like a lab experience with lab, mechanical, electronical stuff, computers, Microsoft proficiency with Microsoft Word, Outlook, etc., troubleshooting skills. Not too much. I mean, this is the basic stuff. Microsoft Word, Outlook. You need to know how to install Microsoft Office on all these computers. If the students were using Outlook, you would install. But most of the companies in labs, I haven't seen anyone using, like, Microsoft is being configured for users. Word definitely, Excel, Access, and all that for their classes, but not Outlook. But yeah, you definitely will learn about this, just to, because you know, computer lab technician could be working with the users, like for example staff members. You could be also helping them out, and this is why the difference was there. That in this course we're going to just go a little bit about that, because not all the computer lab technicians work on an office type environment. We have another course for that. That is called Help Desk Support Specialist course, which I say that we have more than 3,000 people. They do everything. They do imaging. They work on labs if they have to. They work on work with users. They work with servers. They work on every single thing. Just like, you know, they could be, like, for example, servers. They could be working a little bit on the server. So let me get back to my computer lab technician course here again. So this is what you can do. Other things, the good thing about jobskillshare.com is this is a community where we just don't show courses. It's not like we put links out there, videos out there, we're done. We are connecting with other organizations like universities. If they offer a job, we're going to put it right here, and we're going to tell we have certified people from here, and we connect you with them. This is the best part here. This is a community site. This is not some kind of site with links and stuff like that. It will test you too, because when we put projects, we are going to make you do projects to get the certifications. You can't just do ABCD test in there and boom, you got a certificate. That's not going to work here. It's going to be project-based certification. So anybody, let's say for example a manager or some hiring manager comes in and check this course out. Okay, does it really worth it? Let me see if this student have that certificate. I want to see how they got it. They come in here and then see all these stuff right here. They're like, okay, information is pretty good. This is what we need. But then there's a project section. Oh, students have to pass these projects to get these certification. And then they're like, okay, wow, now we are getting this. So if someone come to you in an interview and somebody tell you that, okay, so we have 100 students and we wanted you to map a folder for them. Just map one folder for them so everybody can access it. How do you map a folder? And on the spot, you will be like, if you don't know anything about mapping, then you're not going to pass it. And we're going to have projects, something like that will make you do this stuff. So then, you know, if somebody asks you, they're like, oh, okay, I go to my computer, I go to documents, or just click on any Explorer window, and then I just go and click on the top somewhere, and then, you know, do something right here. Like I can make a folder here and then make it a share, and then I go back to my computer, and on the top right here, map network drive, and then I map that shared folder right here, and then I can share with everybody. Something like that, you know, like this was just an example, but we're going to do a lot of testing, like that projects like that you can pass, and then once you know this stuff, somebody asks you an interview, you'll be able to pass it. Other thing about look for job references, definitely you would need to this is why we need we have a LinkedIn group, and that's LinkedIn. The reason I said LinkedIn, I'm gonna get out of this course right here because we're done with almost all the steps here. The last one was just to come back here and then start doing the course actually. So I'm gonna go back to home page. So this is the home page right here, and we have a LinkedIn group right here. We have Facebook, YouTube, but this is the most important one for you. This is to support us. If you want to go ahead and like us on Facebook, YouTube, subscribe us and reviews. But for you guys, I think the most important is LinkedIn right here. So when you go to LinkedIn, we have a group called Help Desk Support Specialist, and then the Computer Lab Technician group will also be added in there. So then what you have to do is connect with all the members who is really working over there, and that's where a lot of jobs are coming from these days. So let's be realistic. A lot of HR managers are looking into LinkedIn profiles, and then they see how many connections you have, or where are you connected. Are you connected with, if they see something like you're connected with jobskillshare.com. Jobskillshare.com provide great course. If you pass this course, you definitely know what you're doing. So that's the whole idea behind jobskillshare.com, that we're connecting with so many other real professionals, and they're sharing their skills at the same time and learning from someone that has more experience. So that is the idea behind jobskillshare.com. So let's just recap here. I'm gonna go back what in this course will be also listed here. You go to the course, you start the course basically. Let me just click on this course right here, Help Desk Support Entry-Level Specialist course, because this is this is continuous course right now. A lot of people are logged in, joined into this course right now. I'm just gonna go ahead, open it, and show you guys exactly how this Computer Lab Technician course will look. So when you start your course, you will see something like this: start, some community, some agreements. So basically you start learning introduction, and then you'll have a project here. So once you click on project here, let me just go ahead, click on the project, and what's gonna happen, you will see something like that, project requirements, and then see how people are responding to these projects right here. So you will be doing the same thing like that, and then you get the once you do that, you get the if you go back to your course again and you want to check your grades, you come back to your assessment, and then you check your grades. Like, okay, you will see something like that. Now I have a different window than you, but you will see something like that you have finished this project, you got 10% for that, and that's how you're going to finish this course. This is very real life based course. So I'm going to be telling you guys, okay, so I have this lab, I have 40 computers, how do I do this, how do I do that? Okay, I have this many students, that we need a portal for them, we need like some kind of like a page, like a website for them, so that they can upload documents. How do we do that from the beginning? And then what kind of questions are we gonna get from students? What kind of tickets are we gonna get from them? So that's the whole idea behind this course, and hopefully we'll see a lot of people like Help Desk Support Specialist course that we have here, because it's helping people right now. We want to see other people with this Computer Lab Technician course and see if this can also help other people. So I'll see you guys in this course. I know this was mostly talking, but hopefully this was a good information for you guys. Take care, bye bye, see you in the course.